Here's for our latest build. This is a model of the Nostromo. Got it from overseas. It's a 3D printed kit. First time I've ever tried one. Quite well detailed. Some of the finer parts can be very delicate. I think more so than a normal model kit. For example, these are all the antennas. It didn't take long before I started snapping them off. So I replaced them, as you can see, with small brass rod. Yeah, and then of course, these engine exhausts here, I thought, ooh, what a good idea to drill the holes out. Snapped off the little vanes, didn't I, by accident on the end. So I'm in the process of scratch building new ones, which slows you down a bit. Got to use super glue on this stuff, but paint won't be an issue. Enamel paints won't hurt the surface, I've been told. So there you are. The next build, the alien ship Nostromo. Until the next time. Here's a quick update. These are the little flaps that I've just made to go onto the thrusters here, which I've drilled out. So that's the inside part. Let's see if I can turn one over without damaging anything. Right, where is it? It's here somewhere. There it is. That's the outside of the panel. Okay. So 16 of them I've made up. And they will go on here, like so. Like that. 8 on each one. I have to use super glue. Hopefully that will work. Anyway, until the next time. Here we are, quick update. I've made the new flaps that go on the two thrusters here. Drilled out the holes. Get some focus going. So there we go, all fixed. Hopefully this will work and the super glue will hold really well and nothing will break in the process of the build. So there we go. Until the next time. We are for our latest update. Now, instead of filling all the joins, I've camouflaged them by adding details where the lines are, thereby breaking it up, if I can get it into focus, and turning the join lines more or less into panel lines, because there's no continuity with them anymore. So done there. There we go, a bit of focus. There's a bit of filling there, of course. The top of that's engine housing. I can grab it. Similar. And a little bit on this section, on the sides, filling and just a panel on either side. Yeah. And most of it obviously I had to join the main part of the hull together, as you can see here. And this section there, and there's some details there. And once it's painted and weathered, it should blend in quite nicely. Here's the bottom, and there's some glue glues I've added there to break up the join line as well. So, with that done, the model's ready for priming. So, one other thing, these engines here, I'm not sure if I showed them earlier, added some detail there. It's probably not studio accurate, but I'm not fussed. Just gives it a bit of detail instead of a smooth surface. So there we are. Finally, ready to mask out these surfaces where it glues, and I'll start priming. Okay, the Nostromo. Until the next time. Here we are, latest update. She's all painted. And I think my little exercise in camouflaging the main joins on the body of the model has worked reasonably well. There you are. Next stage will be to start weathering it. The engines. I think they camouflage reasonably well. There's the other engine. And all the smaller parts. Right, what I think I'll do is just use some of my acrylic range of paints and maybe some of these things on the engines, painted one or two of them a different shade of grey, like it's been replaced, that sort of thing. Paint the engines, the intakes by hand before I assemble the whole model. So that's the general plan. And I'll weather it, I think, once I've assembled it. Might be the best idea. Anyway, we'll see how we go. There we are. Nostromo. Nearly there. Until the next time. Here we are. Quick update. Painted the little bits and pieces, as you can see. Thrusters. I turn one of these over. These exhaust systems here, or whatever they are. Front there, the intake there at the top, the main body of the model, and at the back, the intakes, front bit. You can just make out the bridge or the windows. I just used a grey lead pencil there, and then some varnish there. Flip the model over, the bottom. So, I think it might be time to put the decals on the engine housings, and hopefully they will adhere really well. There's the details here. Landing gear, of course, and the other thrusters. And the rest are over here. I've done some weathering inside those landing gear doors on the inside, because I don't think I'd get to them once they're assembled. And the more thrusters, little ones. Alrighty, so that's the stage we're at until the next time. Here we go, all assembled. All we've got left to do now is the weathering. I tried the decals that came with the kit, but they were rubbish, absolute rubbish. So I didn't bother. No, they were just garbage. The rest of the kit's all right. I would not do another one. I would not spend the money on another one. Personal opinion. Anyway, here's the back. So, yeah. Right, okay. As I said, all we got left to do is weathering, and it is all done. So, until the next time. Here it is, all done. The Nostromo from Alien. Interesting build, but as I said earlier, I wouldn't bother with another 3D printed kit. The fellow who did this did a good job, nice job. The decals were no good, but other than that, it's come up well. Very few errors from what I could tell, not being an expert, but nice, good scale. It's just a shame one of the commercial manufacturers don't pick this up at this scale. Surely it would sell like hotcakes. Someone could get their hands on the license. Anyway, it is what it is. Turn the model around one more time. So, took me a few hours, just a black wash, dab it down with a rag, and then a rusty colour, orangey, rusty wash. Lightly applied and dab it all back with a rag. The trick, I think, was not to have streaks or anything because of the scale. So I think I've got it okay. I think the joins that I camouflaged with detailing, they've worked all right. So there you have it. The commercial towing vehicle, Nostromo. Until the next build.